Hey guys, this is Tiansu91 again. You know what? I'll just probably use my real name from now on. All right. Well, this is Steven again, and I'm done assembling all the limbs together with the mode lock Gernsback. And as you can see, it actually is very impressive looking, and we can get some pretty good poses out of this guy, even with the limited amount of plastic that was used to assemble him. So remember, it's all plastic, and if I think I read the box correctly, it's all ABS plastic. Either that or I was looking at something else. But there are no poly caps, nothing of this sort. It's all pretty hard, sturdy plastic, and it's a very nice model kit. I'm not gonna lie, it's really, really good. And, okay, it's all in one color, as you can see. But because the Gernsback is supposed to be kind of a militaristic looking grunt suit, the gray doesn't look so bad, actually. It actually fits it pretty well. And I guess you can't really see it from the camera, but because of the light, I guess, if I put in like the actual light, you can kind of see it's a very lightish kind of gray. And it has a kind of, I'm not really sure what it's like, but it's very kind of matted. Here's the back, some more interesting detail, and it actually kind of looks like that you can peg the gun into the back skirt. And if you'll give me a second, I'll try to rearrange him into a different pose. And so, amazingly enough, he's actually able to get a really good ground pose. Now, since the hand is molded as a fist, you can't really get too many dynamic actions, but you can kind of place it on the top of the gun to make it look like he's holding it or something like that. From a distance, it actually doesn't look really that bad at all, actually. Now, because of all the ball joints in the knees and the ankles, you're actually able to get a very, very solid kneeling pose. And it doesn't really fall over at all. Because of the weight of the plastic, it's actually not quite heavy, but it's sturdy. So you're not going to expect this guy to move. And because of the weight of the weapon, you're not going to have any weight issues. Also, because of the way that the ball joints are kind of put together, you're not going to have too many problems with the arms kind of falling, sagging, or anything like that. And you give me just a moment. You can actually see there's little to no weight issues when holding the gun straight out. Now, here's a really interesting thing. Because you actually assembled the shoulder and the torso connector part via a ball and socket joint, you can actually twist the shoulder joint here and twist the connection point here, and so you have two independent areas of articulation. So if you give me another second here, you can actually twist it like this. And so if you notice that this one's pointing out forward and this one's pointing up now, and it's a pretty smooth transition. The only thing that's really going to do is maybe get not really in the way, but it's going to get kind of annoying when you're trying to rotate the arm or something like that. It might twist upward, but you know, you can easily adjust that. It's not really that big of a deal. But another note when you're actually building this kit, because of how tough the plastic is, the amount of friction that's going to be caused between the ball and socket joints, and the fact that you're actually using ball and socket joints, if you actually put the wrong ball and socket joint combination together, it's going to be a real pain to try to tear that piece off so that you can replace it. So when you're looking at the instructions, just be careful that you're actually putting the pieces in the right way. One of the issues that I had was that I didn't read this careful enough, and I placed these two pieces together before placing the hip joint within the number 2 piece. And what that happened is this hip joint is actually supposed to go into the number 2 piece before you actually assemble this all together. So it gets kind of not really confusing, but kind of a hassle when you have to pry this stuff apart because it's so snug and fit. But once you get the completed model, you'll be very satisfied with this thing. So because of the action base that they provide with you, if you can even call it that, you're able to get some pretty interesting action poses with this guy mid-air. Now, the only thing that this action base, I guess, if you can't really do, is once you hit a certain degree, the weight up in the front exceeds the area or the amount of weight that this frame can actually handle. And so it just kind of topples over like that. But as long as you keep its center of gravity somewhat around the area of the frame, but you should have no problem getting this guy aerial and blasting things to pieces with his Gurren Lagann-esque shield parts. It's actually kind of interesting. I never noticed that.